Hi, Big Tractor Power fans. I'm out in a western Kentucky winter wheat field with a John Deere S770 combine equipped with a Shelbourne Reynolds CVS28 stripper head. In this video, we're going to take a look at the advantages of harvesting a winter wheat crop with a stripper head like the Shelbourne Reynolds. It allows the farm to enter the field earlier in the year to harvest the crop. This video was filmed right at the end of May 2019. The grain and the heads of the wheat was ready to harvest even though the stalks of the wheat were still green and immature. This is a big advantage to be able to harvest your crop a little bit earlier, especially in this region because soybeans are planted as a double crop right behind the combines. The earlier that soybean seed goes in the soil, the better it will yield when it's harvested in October. We're going to see this combine at work. We'll talk about its specifications as well as climb up in the cab and see the operator's perspective of harvesting wheat with the stripper head. So let's head out to the field and see all this big machinery hard at work harvesting the wheat crop. We'll see several advantages of using a Shelbourne Reynolds header to harvest winter wheat in this video. The number one advantage is harvesting efficiency. The use of a CVS stripper head increases the capacity of a combine on average by 30%. It also offers improved fuel savings because a considerable amount of power is used when a combine uses a traditional header that harvests the entire crop. That means a combine has to thresh and separate the grain from the straw and then chop that straw and redistribute it on the field, where the Shelbourne Reynolds head simply gathers up the grain directly from the head and only the grain is running through the combine. This also improves the quality of the grain going into the grain bin because there isn't a lot of material to have to separate and risk going up into the bin. It also allows the farmer to harvest the crop much earlier in the year when the straw is still immature. The combine can harvest the grain when it's ready to go. It also allows the farm to plant that second crop of soybeans much earlier, a week or two earlier, because they're not having to wait for the entire plant to dry down. This also increases soil moisture in the ground, which helps that new crop of soybeans emerge quicker and grow healthier to produce a better yield in the fall. The basic concept of the stripper header is that a rotating rotor in front of the header is fitted with 8 rows of stripping fingers that strip the grain from the crop as the combine moves the wheat head forward and spins backwards. After the grain has been stripped by the rotor, a series of deflectors within the header deflect the grain back into a conventional auger pan. The auger then moves the material to the center where it enters the feeder house of the combine. 85% of the grain is threshed by the header, meaning that the material entering the combine is predominantly grain, chaff, leaf, and very minimal straw. Shelbourne Reynolds has been manufacturing harvesting equipment in Suffolk, England since 1972, when Shelbourne acquired Reynolds, well known for producing pea cutters. In 1981, the company expanded its green pea harvesting options when it acquired Mather & Platt that produced a variety of pea viners. In 1987, the company began experimenting with a stripper head for harvesting small grains like winter wheat, oats, rice, and field peas. In 1989, the company released its first stripper head, and in 1990, the first Shelbourne Reynolds stripper heads were sold in the United States and Kentucky, where they were found to be advantageous for harvesting winter wheat earlier to plant double crop soybeans. The company in 1996 began to expand sales in the United States and opened a second location in Colby, Kansas. Shelbourne headers are built with great durability. The model shown in this video was manufactured in 2008 and has provided this Western Kentucky farm with great harvesting for the past 11 years. While Shelbourne Reynolds' website does not give a list price for a new machine, a quick look over on Tractor House shows that a header that has been used on 300 to 2,000 acres that is 1 or 2 years old, a 2017 or 2018 model, will sell for $65,000 to $70,000. In many regions of North America, most farms will wait for their winter wheat crop to completely dry down all the way through the stem and straw. In Western Kentucky, farms like to run Shelbourne Reynolds heads so they can harvest their crop earlier, because every acre of winter wheat on a Western Kentucky farm is double cropped into soybeans, and farms want to plant that new soybean crop as early as possible to get the best results in the fall. We can see that this wheat is still pretty green in many areas, but the stripper head is able to cross the field, pull in the grain, and leave that green stem behind, and now the planters can enter the field even faster. Shelbourne stripper heads were built with double cropping in mind from the very beginning. Double crop means that the farm is able to harvest 2 crops from one field in one season. The farm will harvest this winter wheat at the end of May, plant a second crop of soybeans that will be harvested in October. By harvesting the crop when the moisture is a little bit higher and the stems of the straw are still green, means that the farm is able to get the advantage of a full season bean at the time of harvest, with the hopes of harvesting a 60 bushel crop when the combines return to this field in October.
As the planter seeds the soybeans into the ground, we can see how it's worked through the standing wheat straw. Again, the stripper header came right through, removed all of the seeds and left the head intact and left all of this straw. The grain is harvested, and we can look down here and see how the seeds have been placed into the soil through no-till, and now they have a canopy over them to prevent weeds from growing, and also they have shade, and the stalks will help save moisture in the ground from rain, and this will be a good healthy crop that will grow over the top of this wheat. It will decay, and then there'll be a healthy crop of beans ready to harvest in October.
Shelbourne stripper heads are great at recovering the crop when it's been blown down by weather. We can see this matted area is still very green with the winter wheat, but the head has dried down and is ready to thresh. That is a great advantage in being able to take this crop up as early as possible and recovering it when it's had weather damage.
See where it's matted and down, and the harvester came over and got some part of this area. It's taken all the crop in, harvested the seed, and left the green stem behind.
The combine featured in this video is a model year 2019 John Deere S770. It is a Class 7 machine. The company offers combines from Class 6 all the way up to Class 9. The classification system on combines is based on their horsepower rating. The S770 is powered by a 9-liter 548 cubic inch John Deere engine rated at 391 horsepower. In comparison, the Class 9 S790 is rated at 543 horsepower. This S770 features a 300 bushel grain bin and has unloading auger options that include a 22.5, 26, and 28.5 foot long unloading auger that can move grain out at 3.3 bushels per second. The combine's list price, according to JohnDeere.com, is $477,402. We've had a chance to see and learn about the harvesting operation out in the field, so let's climb up in the cab of the S770 combine and see the CVS28 stripper head at work from the operator's perspective. I'm up in the cab of the John Deere S770 combine, and it is harvesting the wheat with the Shelbourne Reynolds head. You can see the PTO drive here running off the feeder house, and how it just sweeps the heads of wheat into the header and collects them in the bin. You can see across the field, it hardly looks like it's been harvested. It does such a nice job just sweeping in the grain and leaving the rest of the material out there, which is helpful for seeding double crop beans. Here we can see the combines on automated mode, and as we approach the headland, the operator will take over and turn it around. Everything on the combine is controlled through the joystick here, and that makes it very handy when you're maneuvering in the field. You can also see the combine is set up with cameras that help automate and adjust to crop conditions, and the operator can actually see the grain moving through the machine, through the camera here. We're running at about 2.5 miles per hour. Wheat's a little bit heavy, but this header is equipped to put it all up in the bin. The John Deere S770 combines equipped with the Shelbourne Reynolds CVS28 headers can move a lot of wheat from the field pretty quickly. The farm utilizes John Deere 8370R tractors with Brent 1082 grain carts to haul the grain away from the combines and up to the road where the trucks are waiting to move the crop back to the farm's grain bins. When you're harvesting winter wheat and planting double crop soybeans, it's important to keep the combines on the move. This farm has completed another field, and it's time to detach the Shelbourne Reynolds CVS28 headers, unload the combines, and move all the equipment down the road so that the planters can come in and plant that second crop of soybeans. I hope that you've enjoyed spending time out in this western Kentucky winter wheat field with all of this big harvesting equipment. The Shelbourne Reynolds heads are very impressive and offer a great advantage for harvesting a crop when the grain is ready and the rest of the material is still a little bit green. This will really pay off for the farm when they're harvesting that second crop of soybeans this fall. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, I hope that you'll consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there are over 1,000 videos of farm machines in action. If you have any questions or thoughts about this video, please leave them in the comment section below as I try to respond to every post that is made. If you'd like to get a preview of what is coming up next on Big Tractor Power YouTube, make sure to check out Big Tractor Power Instagram, where I share pictures and short video clips of what is currently being filmed in the field. As always, thank you for watching.